What if we could take a peek into LGBT plus life in Britain decades ago?
I'm Adam Smith, a writer and podcaster.
I'm Tash Walker, a trustee of a charity called Switchboard and an avid queer history enthusiast.
We're going to share with you a unique set of documents known as the logbooks.
And it all begins behind a train station in London. I'm standing outside Houseman's bookshop behind King's Cross Station. This area, King's Cross, in the 70s was known for drug dealing. It was pretty run down. There was a lot of sex work here. But it was also a time when a bunch of friends and gay liberation activists all got together.
They installed a phone line below the bookshop here and began advertising the number, offering confidential help.
And that became Switchboard, originally Gay Switchboard, which is a helpline for anyone who wants to talk about gender identity or sexuality.
And Switchboard is still going today as a charity, 45 years after volunteers began taking those calls in 1974.
I first came into contact with the logbooks when I joined the board of trustees at Switchboard, one day rifling around in the attic. The logbooks are made up of all of these notes from different volunteers, asking questions about the issues that came up in these calls, creating conversations around what to do and how to help and advise people that were calling in.
I'm intrigued by the fact, Tash, that you've got these logbooks, these notes from Britain's LGBT plus history, and I knew that you were looking for a way to bring these logbooks to life. So let's make this podcast.
A podcast that tells UK's LGBT plus history.
Through the voices of the callers to Switchboard. Let's get going.
Yeah, I think the best place for us to start is Bishopsgate Institute, which is where the logbooks are still held today in our archive there.
Where are we going?
So we go into the logbook, but we have to be quiet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we've got to where the Switchboard logbooks are held, so we just have to wind back these shelves. Okay.
Wow.
The logbooks are all on these shelves here, and this one here, and then finishing up down there.
Can we have a look at one?
Let's just randomly open the logbook and see what we've got.
November 17th, 1976. She wanted to know if we had any info on groups where she could meet women with whom she could carry out her fantasies.
4th of October 1976. A guy phoned asking if we knew the handkerchief code.
July 21st, 1975. Caller rang to inform us that there is a definite purge on Holland Walk. 8 people arrested on Friday night.
What do these logbooks mean to you?
I remember when I first found the logbooks and started reading them, and I was just completely blown away by the history that was just there, living on the pages. One moment I was reading about police raids, and the next I was reading about someone wanting to know if there was a gay pub in the area that they lived. So I think I've always probably known that I was gay or queer, and when I properly, fully accepted that myself, it made me think about how others had experienced that throughout the endless years of which we've existed. And I think it's really important that, you know, not only that young people know about LGBT plus history, but also the people who are of all generations and all genders and all sexualities, straight or gay, you know, trans or cisgendered, that we have a massive amount of history that's completely untold, and you know, it's my history and I want to help share that for everyone.
This is from August 23rd, 1975. Leeds Campaign for Homosexual Equality and Gay Liberation Front are asking gays to boycott the New Penny, formerly the Hope and Anchor, as management are refusing admittance to women wearing trousers. Okay, that's great.
I'm just amazed standing here in front of this pile of logbooks, which is actually higher than both of us.
Yeah, that's because we're short. No.
And just thinking, like, all of these stories that really need to be told. I'm hungry to just get into them and read them. And I think that I have an insatiable appetite for LGBT plus history, probably because I spent so many years denying that I was a part of LGBT plus life because I wasn't comfortable being a gay man myself. Looking at all these boxes and boxes and boxes of Britain's LGBT history, now that I am out and comfortable and very, very proud, I am just hungry to tell the stories, to try to make other people feel more comfortable sooner than I could feel about myself.
July the 31st, 1975, Crashpad offered SW1 up to midnight. This is not operational till caller confirms date, ringing back within a month when his flatmate moves out.
The reason that I can walk down the street holding my partner's hand is because of all of the things that were done by the people who've come before me. This, our first season, hopefully, of the logbooks is going to cover the period 1974 to 1982.
It's a juicy run of years, so we've divided the stories up from the logbooks into lots of different themes.
Like sex and nightlife.
Yes, juicy ones. And home and the fight for rights.
And listen out for the story about the giant cucumber.
So if you hit subscribe in your podcast app,
you'll be the first to know every time we release an episode.
Do it!
Calls to Switchboard are confidential, so to bring the logbooks to life, we've changed the callers' names.
The Logbooks is produced by Shivani Dave, Adam Smith and Tash Walker, in partnership with Switchboard, the LGBT plus helpline.
If you think other people would like the logbooks, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. These ratings and reviews really help others to discover the show. You can send us your feedback and stories to hello@thelogbooks.org.
Our music is by Tom Foskett Barnes, and our artwork is by Natalie Dotto.
Thanks to Steph Dickers and team at the Bishopsgate Institute,
the folks at ACAST,
Gareth Mitchell at Imperial College London,
the staff and volunteers at Switchboard,
and all the contributors who shared their stories. 45 years on, Switchboard continues to take phone calls from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're affected by any of the issues in this podcast or need to discuss anything to do with gender identity or sexuality, you can call Switchboard on 0300 330 0630. Email chris@switchboard.lgbt or instant message via switchboard.lgbt, where you can also donate money or time to help.